Life is a series of defining moments. So who or what will you be when the time comes? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your friend in the neighborhood, Mr. Reese, also known as Reese the Poet. I hope y'all are having a wonderful, exciting Monday. I know that I am, although it is a little gray outside, it is still beautiful because every day you're breathing is a beautiful one. But I want to drop something on you, right? So, I don't know about you guys, but I've been, I like basketball, as I told you. And I've been kind of keeping up with this March Madness a little bit. And, wow, I tell you what, they say in the first 23 games, 95% of all the brackets have been broken because it has literally been the series of the year of upsets. All the giants seem to be falling. I mean, these small schools that everybody had counted out and said there's no one expected them to go anywhere are literally taking over. And I think that's amazing. I'm all for the underdog. What can we learn from that? Well, it makes me think about a lot of different things. Obviously, you can talk about David and Goliath. And we talk about this, we get that whole, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog type, motivation. That's true. But one of the things you have to realize is that David is not the one that slayed the giant. God slayed the giant. It was what was in David. It was the faith and the availability that was in David that allowed him to be used as the vessel for God's power. And so you have to ask yourself, if you want a move of God in your life, if you want God's power to manifest in your life, are you operating in the faith and the availability that is necessary to be that vessel? Are you where you're supposed to be, doing what you're supposed to do? What is in you? Oh, have you done the preparation? Have you prepared yourself for when that moment comes, you can execute? Have you put enough in you that when you get squeezed, nothing but truth comes out? Side note. Do you really believe that God can move? Or do you just say it? Are you confident, but only in word, but not in action and actual belief? I think I've said this many times, but life is a series of defining moments. So when we look at March Madness, I look at like Oral Roberts. I mean, right now they got the Cinderella story. They never saw themselves as losers. They always saw themselves as winners. And when they got to that moment, I think there was a tweet that went out that said, you say we're a number 15 seed, well, come show us what's in you. When the time came, it didn't matter what their record was, what they had done all season. They made it to this point, and at this moment, they rose to the occasion. And every other low-seeded school that has taken down a giant or taken down one of the top 5, top 10 schools at this moment, they said we are champions. Doesn't matter what we've done. Doesn't matter how many losses we've got. Doesn't matter how we're ranked. Right now, at this moment, on this court, at this time, it's our time. So my question for you is when your moment comes, are you going to accept what everybody thinks about you? Are you going to accept what you've been through and what you've done? Are you going to accept it and just say, well, yeah, I should just roll over? Or at that moment when it's time for you to shine, regardless of where you've been, today, right now, this is who I choose to be. I am a champion today. Will that be you? Choice is yours. Life is a series of defining moments. What you do at that moment defines who or what you're going to be. And all it takes is one moment to erase the past and open the doors to the future. All right, y'all.